Hey guys, MGH here and welcome to another FIFA 15 video. Today we are looking at the richest teams on career mode, the top 10 highest budgets on career mode. So you guys know if you want to spend loads of cash, which teams to use basically. And starting off at number 10, we have Manchester United with £33 million at their disposal with a weekly wage budget of 2.4 million. They've already got a very strong squad going forward, but like I mentioned in the BPL budget video, you're going to have to spend a lot of money on your defence. So it could be quite an interesting team to do, even if you don't support them, because you are going to have to overhaul that defence. Look at that, 75 defence compared to 87 attack. Not very good. At the number 9 spot, we have Liverpool, another Barclays Premier League team. This time, though, £34 million is the budget. Holy shit, 34 million, and that's all they had after selling Suarez. It doesn't make sense. There should be more. But with Liverpool, you're obviously going to get quite a nice young team in most positions. You've got some really exciting talent coming through like Markovic, Sterling. You do actually have Gerrard, who obviously is a little bit older, and you've got a few older defenders. But again, it's the same kind of thing as Man United. You've got all this money to spend. You're going to have to plough it into the defence because once again, it's not as strong as the attack. But still a very good team. Now we're off to Russia, and the team with the biggest budget there is Zenit with £34 million, weekly wages of 1.3 million, which is a little bit low actually. But again, the richest Russian team and the 8th richest team in total. It's not a bad team to start off with. You've got Garay who just joined, you've got Witsel there, Javi Garcia, you've obviously got Hulk and Danny on the wings if you want, and Rondon up front. It's a very solid team, and to be honest, you don't have too much to do with that. It's not a very competitive league, so you don't have to bring in the best of the very best, but 34 million will go very far. Back to England now, and we are looking at Chelsea, who have a stonking £46.5 million and 2.5 million on weekly wages. Arguably one of the best squads in the game, not just in the Barclays Premier League. Adding Fabregas into that midfield definitely solids that up. You've got Matic, Schürrle, Hazard, Oscar, Diego Costa. You've got so many youngsters on the bench as well. You've got loads of players out on loan, and you've got the best keeper in career mode if you ask me, because Neuer won't grow any more than 90, and of course he is so expensive and he's already 28 years old. You're better off investing in a younger goalkeeper, and there Courtois you have sitting there for around about 26 million, which isn't too bad. Very, very good team indeed. Now we're in the Bundesliga for the 6th highest budget, and that is Bayern Munich, matching Chelsea with £46.5 million, but they do have weekly wages at a higher value. I don't know if that makes them better or worse, really. It could go either way, but obviously Bayern, you would argue, have a stronger team than Chelsea. Well, I don't know. It's difficult to tell. I'll leave that to you guys in the comments. It's a very similar team in terms of ratings, but I think maybe they just got the better attacking options with the two wingers, Ribery and Robin. You've got Muller, Lewandowski who can go forward. You've got Xabi Alonso who's just joined. You've got Goetze, Lahm. There's so many good defenders as well. Benatia, Boateng. And with that budget, you're going to be able to strengthen up the weaker positions, which, to be honest, there isn't many. So we're halfway, and at 5th spot we have Monaco with a much more respectable 63.5 million compared to the amount they had last year. It's almost half. They've lost to their biggest player, I would say, Falcao, and their other biggest player, Rodriguez, to Real Madrid, but they've still got a very big budget there, and the wages are a little bit lower as well, 833,000 per week, and you will have to work quite hard in this team. So for me, one of the best challenges will be getting Monaco up to PSG's level, and you've got a really good budget to work with there. So that looks like a pretty interesting team to go for. Almost at the top 3 now. We are going back to England for 4th spot, and that is Manchester City with £68 million. I think that's a little bit less than last year, right? Weekly wages of 2.7 million. And they have the biggest budget in the Premier League and arguably the best squad along with Chelsea. You're looking at Aguero up front with David Silva. You've got Navas, Toure, Fernandinho. Notice how I left out Milner. I don't think he's awful in the game. He's just not quite the same calibre as the other players. They've just brought in Mangala, Sanya, some other defensive players. You've got Clichy and company already there. And it's a very good squad. And you'll be able to improve it massively with £68 million. Now you guys have probably predicted the top 3 already. Barcelona is in 3rd with 68 million, the same as Man City, but again, I've put them at the top because I think arguably they've got a better squad. 3.1 million weekly wages, a great going forward team. You've got Messi, Pedro, Neymar, Iniesta, Rakitic, Sergio Busquets in the holding role. A good defence, although you will have to buy, I reckon, another centre back there. and a replacement for Dani Alves after a season or two as well. It's a very good squad, 87 attack, 84 midfield and 81 defence. And again, just a massive budget for you to play around with. You guessed who was in second spot. Of course, it's Real Madrid, and therefore I'm pretty sure you know who's at the top. But Madrid have a massive £80.5 million to spend and 3 million on the wages there. And it's just an insane team. I mean, look at that midfield and forward three. Modric, Kroos and Rodriguez, Bale, Benzema and Ronaldo. And it's not just that. Their defence is solid too with Carvalho. You've got Ramos, Marcelo and Pepe. But Pepe, nah, not too sure about him. I'd bring in Varane personally. And you're looking at one of the strongest squads in the game as well. But moving on into the top spot, we of course have PSG, the only team with over £100 million to spend. Just look at it, 102 million on their budget, and weekly wages 2.3 million. They have arguably the best striker in the game in Ibrahimovic. I know Messi kind of is a striker, but he's kind of not, if you know what I mean. You've got Lavezzi and Cavani there as well. One of my favourite midfields as well. You've got Motta, Verratti, Matuidi, you've got Cabaye, you've got Rabiot, and in defence you've got the mighty Thiago Silva and David Luiz partnership. What a team. But you can improve this team. It's nowhere near the level of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man City, Bayern, Chelsea, you know, those kind of teams. But it's close. And with 102 million, there's no doubt in my mind you'll be able to make a very, very strong team. But that wraps it up, guys. So the top 10 are Man United, Liverpool, Zenit, Chelsea, Bayern, Monaco, Man City, Barcelona, Madrid, and PSG. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one soon.